If you're anything like me, then you probably have long lists of books to read and courses to take and things to listen to and watch and all of the things. Well, today we're going to talk a little bit about our input versus output ratio, or as I like to call it, our consuming versus producing ratio, and how you can use that to help you live your purpose. So in today's society, it is super easy to spend so much time consuming, right? There are so many options for things for us to consume, things that we want to consume, things that are good for us, things that are helpful and can help us learn and grow and progress. But we have to be super careful of our input to output ratio, how much we're consuming versus how much we're creating. The thing is, you have a need inside of you to create, a deep emotional need to create. It's part of the divinity that we inherited when we were made by the Creator. And today I want you to ask yourself, are you doing it? Are you creating? Now I want to make sure that we're clear. Creation doesn't have to be art, right? Although it can be. Creation is anything that we are creating and putting out in the world. So that can be a painting, but it could also be a house that we're helping design, or it could be the relationships that we are building, or the ideas that we're, thinking about and describing in a new way and putting out into the world. It can be the links that we're creating in our family history. There's so many ways that we can take what we have, the experiences that we have, the knowledge that we have, who we are, and create something in the world. Creating allows you to take all of those amazing things that you're consuming in today's modern society, all the awesome stuff you've learned, and then turn it around and put your spin on it, your ideas, your unique brand and stamp based on who you are, your unique experiences, and put that out into the world so it can affect the people that will only be touched by you and your experiences and your way of saying things. See, one of the things that I see that holds people up a lot from creating is they think they have to be 100% unique. This is a really funny idea to me. I write a little bit on the side for fun. And one of the things that I've heard said is there's like 7 stories, 7 archetypes of stories, and that we're all rewriting those same stories over and over again. So to think that we have this completely unique idea, 100%, nobody's ever heard of it or had anything like that, it's not something that really happens, right? We take things that we've learned. I like the phrase, we stand on the shoulders of giants. So we take those things that we've learned and our experiences, and then we add to it. We create our unique brand and flavor and way of explaining things. And then of course we're gonna have some originality, some ideas that come to us in regards to that, but everything that you ever say or create doesn't have to be 100% original. So I teach concepts that I have heard 100 times in other coaching situations or from other self-help books, but I like to put my spin on it and explain it in a way that my audience understands it. It's the same thing as an artist taking art principles and then using those to create their own picture. So don't be held back if you think you have to be 100% unique. You get to take the things that you have learned and experienced and use those to put your art into the world. Another tip that I have for you today to help you increase your creation versus consuming ratio is to remember Newton's first law of motion. And that is the law of inertia, right? That objects at rest tend to stay at rest, and objects in motion tend to stay in motion unless acted on by a force, right? So what I want you to know about this when it comes to creating is the more you create, the more you get in motion, then the easier it is to create. I call this the creation motivation principle. The act of creating, going out and making something, it puts you in motion, and then when you're in motion, you tend to want to stay in motion. This allows you to get into your genius zone more often and fulfill your purpose. This is also amazing because the more greatness you put out into the world, the more we all benefit. And the more you benefit as well. You're meeting that deep emotional need for creation and contribution. So, if you're feeling like you're unfulfilled in your life and you're just going through the motions, one of the top tips I have for you is to spend some time creating, whatever kind of creation you enjoy already. And when you do that, when you increase your creation versus consuming, you'll find that you're meeting a deep spiritual need. You'll find the momentum and inertia to live your purpose and make an impact that you want to make and really live a life that lights you up. You've totally got this.